the strongest swordsman. It's gotta be Mihawk. No way, it's Shanks by far. Oh, another Shanks fan that lacks reading comprehension. How? What does Mihawk's title say? World's strongest swordsman. Oh, so you can read. When has One Piece ever given us simple info that's black and white? Funny you mentioned black. Does Shanks have a black blade? Well, no, but... Exactly. That means nothing. Does Mihawk have Conqueror's Haki? Well, if Zoro has it, Mihawk has to have it. Wonderful. More headcanon. Just what we need. Headcanon? You're the king of that. How? You're saying the world's strongest swordsman would lose to another swordsman. Precisely. Oh, so you're an idiot. No, I just know the answer is not that simple. Explain. Whitebeard was titled the world's strongest man without ever defeating Roger. Even when he was sick. That's not my problem. Kaido stated that Roger's haki put him above the rest. Mihawk already surpassed that fraud. Fraud? The Pirate King is a fraud? Was he a swordsman? Yes. Did he have a black blade? No. Case closed. It's not that simple. How? Roger's Conqueror's haki was clearly leagues above everybody else. Well, Mihawk's should be better, right? Roger has a sword. Mihawk doesn't automatically get a haki boost because his opponent has a sword. Wouldn't the world's strongest swordsman have the best haki? There are 3 forms of haki, and at best, the way of the sword only lines up with Ryuo, which we learned in Wano. So you're saying Mihawk has the best haki? Ryuo? Probably, but Conqueror's not by a long shot. Did Fraudhawk ever scare off an admiral from miles away or one-shot Captain Kidd? They called him the Marine Hunter for a reason. Well, maybe his bounty should have reflected that. What did you just say? If he's the world's strongest swordsman and the Marine Hunter, he should easily pose a bigger threat to the Marines than Shanks, especially being a member of the Cross Guild. Get to your point. It would seem that the one-armed has-been still has a higher bounty, even after all of that fraudulent Mihawk hype. Yo, why do you want to ruin Zoro's dream so badly? What? I'm sorry if I don't think Zoro should be accomplishing Luffy's dream like Pirate King. My brother, if the Pirate King was a swordsman, there's nothing to debate. Even if Mihawk says the path to Pirate King is way harder than the path to surpass him, he was talking about the entire journey and you know that. But it's alright though. Keep coping. I will. Just like you will when I say Vista must be in your top 3. What was that? I mean, Vista's swordsmanship was said to rival Mihawk. So I guess if Mihawk is above Roger, then that would mean that Vista is relative to Roger, which means that he's probably stronger than his own captain, Whitebeard. It was a small clash. Mihawk was holding back. I'm so glad you're not writing One Piece. Hey, hold up. Why do you keep talking about the strongest and leaving Whitebeard out? Oh, the Akainu victim? The only Akainu victim is Kuzan. Bro, Kuzan is much faster, and he can freeze his opponents. Anyway, you Admiral fans are something else. Akainu couldn't even beat a half-dead old man. Oda stated that Akainu would reach the top in record-breaking time if he were the main character of One Piece. Well, that's too bad he's on the Garp now. Garp? The old man that got washed by Kuzan? There's no way we're reading the same story. Kuzan couldn't even kill him and he had to jump him with the rest of the Blackbeard pirates. Garp was his former mentor. Obviously he was holding back. Again with his holding back nonsense. Why wouldn't Garp hold back too for the same reason? He was trying to save Kobe. So that means he doesn't care for Kuzan? Well, no, but you Admiral fans love to say your admirals weren't trying when they lose. Are you dumb? Fujitora and Ryukugyu couldn't even go all out in the Holy Land. I mean, yeah, that's true, but there were 2 admirals present, which is still better than 1. So what about Kizaru versus Luffy? What about it? Kizaru literally gave Luffy food. Well, Luffy fought Rob Lucci beforehand, and a One Piece animator literally confirmed that Kizaru was not holding back. Last time I checked, his name wasn't Oda. Kizaru was clearly holding back because he wanted to save Vegapunk. Oh, you mean the man he still killed? Well, yes. This is unbelievable behavior. Kizaru wanted Luffy to take him down, but he knew he couldn't pull his punches because Saturn was literally watching him. This is just Admiral downplay. I mean, a half-dead Kuma juked Akainu to get to Egghead. They downplayed themselves. Well, the Cross Guild valued Akainu at 5 billion berries. That's up there with Whitebeard and Roger. And yet, it took him 10 days to beat Kuzan. Garp did it in 3 minutes before he got jumped. You know, if Akainu tries at Marineford or anywhere else, it's gonna end up looking like Punk Hazard. Man's acting like the Yonko don't have Conqueror's Haki. Look what Shanks did to Ryokugyu. That's because he was with his entire crew. And what about Momonosuke landing a hit on him? He's still formidable. Listen, just because Buggy thinks admirals are worth 3 billion berries doesn't mean everybody else does. Not just Buggy thinks it, but so does Crocodile. And also your guy Mihawk. And if Mihawk is relative to Shanks, well, time out. Don't y'all go bounty scaling in here when you said it was a problem when I did it. Shanks challenged all of these frauds at Marineford, and nobody wanted to smoke. Wrong place, wrong time. War is the wrong place and wrong time to squabble? So when is the right time? Enlighten me. When Dragon makes his move. Man, shut the hell up.
Yo, Rob. Yo, Rob. Yo, Rob, you ready? Come on, man. We're gonna be late. Let's go.
All right, I'm on my way.
La 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 la.